So first thing, tell me about Saturday night. You were in the club, and what happened?
Saturday night, me and one of my friends went, literally just to pop up, catch a drag show, and we were going to leave and go to Applebee's and get food. Not trying to promote Applebee's, let me take that off there. But I know I'm like kind of smiley. That's just how I cope with things, and I try to make the best out of anything I do. And this is really hard to deal with. But yes, Saturday night. You just want me to start from the beginning
Yeah.
when I heard the first shots?
Yep, yeah.
We weren't there long at all. We got there around 11, and I'd say he came in around 11:40ish. And I've never heard gunshots in the club. I've heard balloons pop. A balloon pop kind of sounds like a gunshot, just not as loud. And a gunshot kind of sounds like a balloon shot, just not as loud because the music's so loud. It's like in the background. I heard several pops, and I've never been to this bar club before in my life. I just moved here a few weeks ago, so we were checking everything out, and I remember when you walked in, you had to go through some doors, and there was a door lady. God bless her heart. She was probably in her 50s or 60s, and she was just a sitting duck, and they had that digging's distracting me. Sorry. So I heard those shots, and then I saw a door shut from the entrance. I saw an AR-15. I know that because I have an AR-15. I know what the mags look like. I'm familiar with it, and which that's a whole other story. But I saw some guy put his hands up like this and take a few steps back, and he shot him like he was nothing. I was probably about 15, 20 feet away from him, and everyone's took off running. And I went through the back, through these two double doors. I got shot 7 times. I fell. I got back up after he shot me, and I know I got hit twice, but I had no clue I got hit 7 times. So as I'm trying to get out, I've collapsed. I get back up. I'm getting shot. I go to the back door. There's a table and about a 10 or 12 foot fence. Might have had barbed wire on it, might not have. My hands are all messed up. I hopped on that table. I climbed that damn fence like it was nothing. And my adrenaline's running. I'm scared for my life. I never once turned around. I never once. And I knew I had to get away from the bar. And I knew I just couldn't go lay in a bush or I'd be dead. So I hopped that fence, ran about 20, 30 yards. I had to jump off of a ledge, which was probably 10, 15 feet. I don't know. It was up there, and when I jumped, I just landed on my knees. My knees are all cut up. And I run about a quarter mile after that to a 7-Eleven. The total distance they said was 3.3 of a mile. And I was screaming for help. And these people saved my life. They stopped the bleeding, and it took a good 20, 30 minutes for ambulance to arrive. They called them. They told them exactly where I was at. They were ambulances passing me. Nobody was stopping. That was hard. And once I was actually naked. They had to cut all my clothes off of me because they couldn't tell how many times I had been hit, where the blood was coming from. And once they started counting out the bullet holes, and they got up it was 7, but once they got up to 5, I called my dad because I was like, I didn't think I was gonna make it, and I wanted him to be the last person I talked to. And they got me to the hospital, and I'm doing great. All 7 shots. Missed my spine, missed my lungs, missed my colon, missed everything I could have missed. I just got done walking. I was so fortunate. I've learned, it's only been a little over 24 hours, but I feel like I've already learned so much in just life. And you got to look at the cup as it's half full, never half empty again, because I shouldn't be here. I know I shouldn't be here. Some people got shot once and died. I got hit 7 times and was able to run and was able to get back up. I actually fell down several times, through the course of trying to get away. And my dad brought up a good point, because I didn't really look left because the doors opened like that, and I went out the right one. So I just immediately went right because shots were fired. And I don't know what was left, but they said nothing was left. So I'm lucky I went right. Lucky I hopped that damn fence. And yes.
Yeah.
What else? Would you?
To think about
anything else you'd like to?
Yeah, to think about what you did with 7 gunshot wounds. I mean, like you said, you shouldn't be here. How does that make you feel?
I am completely dumbfounded, and I am in shock. I don't think it's really set in yet. I feel like there's a purpose. I feel like there's got to be a purpose, because I don't. Anytime in the past I've ever been depressed, now I look back at it, I'm like, why? And I really, truly feel for the victims that didn't make it out. And that's because I got to talk to my dad, I got to talk to my friends, and I know that's really hard on the families, because all I thought about was my parents getting a phone call that they're dead.
I know that was your first time at Club Q, but for a lot of people, they said it was like, their safe haven, a place that they could go. I mean, to know that such a safe place for some people was kind of destroyed that night. Do you feel that way, or how do you feel that this community can maybe build?
A lot of gay bars are targeted way more than other bars because of the hate crimes, and that's exactly what it was a hate crime, and you couldn't tell me otherwise, because you don't walk in a club and just shoot it up. And I don't know if you know this or not, but it was transgender, National Transgender Day or something, or celebrating the lives of those in Pulse. I'm wrong somewhere in there, but something around there. So this was obviously a copycat and a hate crime. And I feel like we gotta really protect those bars more than, I'm very for the trans community, Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, and I don't feel like we protect we just need more protection.
Yeah.
And we had no
go ahead.
What?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
They had no security at the club on a Saturday night. I don't know any. Not comparing them to different bars, but most bars, clubs have security. We've got some carry guns, some don't. This one had nobody. I really feel for that lady at the front desk. I don't know if she made it or not, but I really hope she did, because she reminded me of my mother.
Yeah. We actually talked to 7-Eleven the next morning, not knowing who you were. They just had mentioned that they had helped someone. You touched on it, but I mean, how they also said you probably wouldn't have made it if no one was out there.
No, I would have. I still don't know how I made it. They had to put blood in me. I lost a lot of blood. To be walking right now, I can't. I don't know how to explain it. I'm very fortunate and I look at life different, 1,000%. Now, it will be a long day in hell before I ever step foot back in a club or bar. I don't like clubs in general. I'm more of a bar person, restaurant person, and that's just me. We just went to check it out and went on the wrong night.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
What's kind of your road to recovery? I know you said you don't really know when you're getting out yet, but what steps do you
take? I am full throttle. Let's go. I told them, do we need to take more laps? I can't believe I'm walking. I can't believe I'm alive. I can't believe I'm walking within 48 hours. I'm very, very excited. I know my emotions are all over the place. I'm smiling when I probably shouldn't be smiling, and crying when I shouldn't be crying. I've told this story so much, I can get it out where I'm not sobbing but my emotions are all over the place right now.
Perfect. Those are all my questions. Unless there's anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to if I can help people, I can help people, because I know hearing other people's stories helped me with stuff that's happened in my life, with trauma and stuff and deaths. And so if my story can help somebody else, that'd be great.